What's up, guys? It's your boy Star Gaming here, and today we are in Atlantic Hurricane Simulator, as we're going to attempt to simulate the 2022 hurricane season. Even though it is not yet finished, let's go ahead and put the temperature at very hot and activity near normal. Let's do it just a tad bit above normal and then do that. Alrighty, so I'm going to just fast forward it and remove the volume, and our first tropical depression has formed, and it is Alex, and it is already at a 57-mile-per-hour storm. Let me go to statistics. Alex is already at a Cat 3 hurricane as Tropical Storm Bonnie forms. Bonnie is currently depression. Alex flirting with Category 4, Cat 5 status, is a strong Cat 4. Alex now Cat 5 as it quickly is becoming a strong storm as Orlando is slammed with a 170-mile-per-hour hurricane. And then New Orleans just barely missing, but Houston, actually no, it hit New Orleans, just south of New Orleans, has a Cat 5, but it was able to hold its status. Alright, we have Tropical Storm Colin now forming. So, Alex, 171-mile-per-hour winds when it hit Orlando. Colin now a Cat 3 as Orlando once again is just... Orlando is just getting destroyed. As Colin will immediately make another landfall just east of New Orleans, as we have another as a Cat 4 hurricane. So Colin strengthened to a Cat 5, I think, for a second there. So Colin's max strength was Cat 5, par 160. Earl and Danielle are Cat 1, now Danielle's Cat 2 now. Winds of 108 miles per hour. Earl now Cat 2. They're just around the same amount. Oh, they're both. Earl is the strongest of them. Now Danielle is. As Danielle's flirting with Cat 5 status potentially. Earl, Cat 4, as it is just slowed down. I mean, Earl is just crawling. As we now have our third named storm. It is Fiona. As Earl is still not yet the most damaging, as we now have 4 storms. Wow. Earl, Cat 3. Danielle just made a U-turn. Fiona, Cat 4. Danielle is the one living the longest. At now 13 is now currently at 13 days. Earl beginning to die. Earl dying. As we now have Tropical Storm Gaston. Fiona is a Cat 5. Goodness gracious, this Danielle will go into Africa and die. Gaston's a Cat 2. Fiona's impacting Orlando. Poor Florida. As Fiona is potentially hitting New Orleans and Houston as a Cat 5 hurricane. Fiona has 192. Wow. As there is Hermine becoming a tropical storm. Now Cat 1. Gaston, not quite yet at Cat 5 status, as it's currently at 140 pressure. Now it is flirting with Cat 5 status. As will it become a Cat 5? No, it will not become a Cat 5. Max strength was, I believe, 150. Hermine, Cat 3, now Cat 4. fluctuating between Cat 4 and Cat 3. It's flirting with Cat 5. It is, oh, let's say it was a Cat 5 for a second. Alright, it's beginning to die, and here is Ian, I believe. It's still tropical depression. Her mean is still fluctuating, as there is Ian. The storm that has just been a part of the on the news the last however many days. And of course, my thoughts and prayers go out to the people of Florida who have been impacted by Hurricane Ian. Ian now Cat 4. Julia quickly dies. Ian will Ian reach the status that in real life Ian reached? Oh, it went past it. Oh my god. Alright, Ian Cat 5 with 170-mile-per-hour winds. It may have a chance to fluctuate between... No, it won't. It hits North Jacksonville as Cat 5. Carl and Lisa now have formed in their Cat 4s and Cat 3s. Let me do this. Options. Erase pass. Because that is starting to get a little bit too hard to tell. Alright, they're both Cat 4s. Carl's a Cat 5 now. We have our 14th named storm. Lisa's a Cat 4. As Tropical Storm Martin has formed. Carl is a pretty strong Cat 5. As it will impact New Orleans and Orlando. Our first Caribbean storm, as Santo Domingo is impacted by a Cat 5 hurricane. And wow, we have our first unrealistic storm, as it is at 239 miles per hour, as it just destroys Tampico and Cancun. Goodness gracious, wow. Lisa's at a Cat 4, as Martin just set the bar way up there for storm, 239 miles per hour. Fiona is the most damaging. Martin has the lowest pressure. Danielle is the longest life. We have a total of 13 storms. 13. As are you going to form? Or are you going to be an ass? Do not be an ass, please. Do not be an ass and form. Oh wow, Nicole's at already Cat 5 status, and now it's a Cat 6. You better not die. You don't. You dare. Don't you dare. I said don't. Oh wow, Nicole just... Oh, I guess there was a Fujiwara, I guess. I was about to say, Nicole just got huge. Nicole now has set the pressure for 800 millibars, as it is just destroying potentially the Louisiana-Texas border. Alrighty. So, now we're going to say it's in... Let's just say the temperature begins to cool. It is now at warmer instead of very hot. But however, the activity, I'm going to increase activity to hyperactive. As Paula forms, it's a weak low and tropical storm as Praria, and Africa will get impacted by Paula. As our 19th depression forms, and it's become Tropical Storm Richard, as Richard quickly gains strength into a Cat 1 hurricane. Now, as always, if you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. We're on the road to 25 subscribers, so please keep up the great work. And without any more stalling, let's get back to the video. So, by the way, this is a this is not a realistic. This is not correction. This is not. It's not. It's this is not a and also Tobias forms. Okay. So I've just sat back and watched just in all that we're now in Greek alphabet. But however, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 named storms. Come on, Iota, become a hurricane. You become a hurricane. Alright, we have 5 hurricanes at once. But however, control average temperature, freezing. So storms are going to begin to die, and activity is going to become no storms. As the storms just fall apart already. Because we have reached the end of the video. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. If you want to see more Atlantic Hurricane Simulator on channel, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next one.